Hey YouTube, comic book community, Longbox Love Affair here. It has been officially 1 year since I started broadcasting on YouTube, and I have to say it's been a year of huge change in my collection, as I probably have talked about in bits and pieces throughout this past year. I always considered myself pretty knowledgeable about what was going on, but I realized that there's so much more to learn in the comic book world, and what's hot, what's not, what's trending at the moment. It's really opened my eyes to a whole nother set of collecting. So thank you for everyone who has been posting videos and being my inspiration. Thanks for everyone's comments and likes and subscribes. I'm over 600. I'm on my way to 700 in just a year's time. So keep it up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I try to put out comic book hauls and other speculation type things when I'm able. And I try for at least once a week. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lapse. And I have to say, like I've been saying in a couple of past times, I'm remiss that I haven't been able to see a whole lot of videos lately. There's been a lot of other stuff I've been working on, and comic books have certainly been prime, but it's cut back on my viewing. So I need to get back into that. Now that I've gotten through some Netflix shows and watched Jessica Jones, watched Punisher, I was all behind on those things. So I'm catching up. I have to catch up on my reading too, my comic book reading. So this is my 1 year anniversary video. It was actually 1 year yesterday, I think. Been feeling a little bit under the weather. In Washington, D.C., tree pollen is at its height with the cherry blossoms, so it's crazy with tourists, and it's crazy with the sinuses and with allergies. So today is actually a day off from my job, so I went hunting and picked up some things. So I have a stack of stuff that I picked up over the past couple weeks that I want to show off. But I'm riding on a high from that CGC video I posted the other night. So check that out in the sequence. And I'm loving that I still have, or that I got these grades. And so I'm only just going to show a couple of them. So the first Gambit, 9.6. That's pretty amazing. And my Phoenix, my first Phoenix for a 9.0. Excited for these. So check that out. These and some others were in that unboxing. But I have two more that I did not show. And these are books that I actually received these a couple weeks ago. And they get shipped to my friend's office because I don't trust shipping it here, and I can't ship them to mine. So, he unboxed them for me because they were in a large box. They're CGCs. There's two. And let's see if you could tell. Yeah, the titles are on the back, so if you caught a glimpse. These are grails of mine. These are grails for a lot of people. And the story goes, if you watched my channel several months ago, I was surfing online late at night, and there was an ad, a friend of a friend I got connected to, and he was giving away these books. And it was like 2 or 3 boxes worth of books, and as he was taking them from his shelf, he had them standing up in a shelf, and he was just done. He just wanted to get rid of them, and so he gave them to me for free. But as he was putting them in, they were front and back, and I saw a couple of these books, including the two I'm going to show you, and I was like, get them in now. Like, put them in the box. You couldn't put them in fast enough, because I was like, I just want to go home, look at the condition, see what these look like. And I'm not trying to cheat anybody or anything like that, but he knew that he had these books, and he's like, if they're worth anything, great, there you go. But he's like, they're not worth anything to me. So in that free box was this Gambit, and a whole bunch of other X-Men books. There's a whole bunch of not too great books, and there's a lot of books that were trashed. In terms of their condition, I did not trash them. I either sold them or kept them or donated them. But this was in there, so I had this already, and I had a beater copy as well. So this is my third. I've since sold the beater copy, and so I have 2, one unslabbed, one slabbed. But when I saw that he had New Mutants 98, I was like, perfect. He thought these were all junk books. And so I looked at it when I got home and I was like, this isn't junk. This is pretty amazing. Sorry if I'm retelling the story that you all have seen, but it sets up the context. So I sent it off to get pressed along with New Mutants 87. And so I have the first Cable and the first Deadpool that were in this set for free. And I got them pressed just because I wanted to make sure. I had a hunch. And then Planet Awesome Collectibles has a lot of different signings that they can facilitate and sketches and things like that. And so they had their first and so far only Rob Liefeld signing. And they were saying, send the books quick and we'll get them signed and then you can get them slabbed. You pay a fee for it. It's a little bit more than you normally would, but you're also paying Rob Liefeld's fee. And I was like, you know what? I have extras of these. Why don't I just get these signed? They're good. They're nice copies. So I got it signed by Liefeld. And the grade, ooh yeah, 9.8. A 9.8. So I saw a picture of this when my friend unboxed it in his office, and I just was like ecstatic. I was like, I was giggling. This is my childhood. I'm a big Liefeld fan. And to get a 9.8 in this book, I had done on-site shipping, or on-site grading at Baltimore Comic-Con last year and got both of these that I had graded. There was one I got at a yard sale, or a estate sale, and it was $1.50, and it graded at a 7.0. I'm going to end up selling that one in the next several weeks. So anyone want to post any offers, let me know. Message me separately. And then I got a 9.2 or 9.4 one. And that was my original one as a kid. And so this 9.8 free copy, the Liefeld signature right here. It's a little bit of a mess, but I now have the trifecta. I have Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, and Liefeld, and that's my 90s trifecta, as I've come to name it. So awesome first Deadpool, very fitting that Deadpool 2 is coming out. And so you're wondering, okay, so New Mutants 87, I said. So I shipped that out, and this book is the one that actually got me hardcore into collecting because as a kid, my mom bought me this book for $50 at the comic store. It was on the back wall, and then because the store owner realized I was not a high roller, but someone that collects. We formed more of a relationship when I was a kid, so it opened my door. So I got this Liefeld 9.8, baby, and so take a look at it. What do you see that's different? So, got a signature up here. And I got a damn remark right there with Liefeld penciling his cover signature. That, my friends, is one of the first Rob Liefeld remarks of Cable ever. Apparently he did a batch of 4 through Planet Awesome Collectibles. And this was one of them. He did one on the cuff that was the first, and then he did, I think, 3 or 4 of these. And I'm a big fan of Cable. He's one of my favorite characters. And to get a remark on this and a 9.8 and the signature, this is priceless to me. This is a key book in my collection now. I am psyched beyond belief for this. I mean, I seem a little tame now because I got the head cold going on. And also, I've had this for a couple weeks now since it was unboxed for me. But I saw a picture of this on Instagram. I was like, that's my book. And that is a freaking awesome Cable head sketch on there. So you have former and current art style. Thank God he got the same eye. Bolded out or lit up. So these are amazing books in my collection. I doubt I will ever sell these. Just fabulous. Really cherish this book here. And I couldn't believe they came back at the 9.8. I was thinking maybe a 9.6. I started doubting myself. But those are books that I'm just super excited about. So let me go back. Since this is my 1 year anniversary video, I'm just going to do a haul. I'm going to show what I picked up at a couple different places. And this is last weekend and this past weekend. So 2 weekends worth of stuff. So I went to a comic shop that occasionally has new back issues and found a bunch of things for $3. One of them was $4. So let's see. First, Negasonic Warhead, teenage Warhead or something like that. She's in the Deadpool movie. Frank Quitely art, love it. This is The Destruction of Genosha as well by Costanza Nova. This run, when Quitely and, is it Millar? Or Morrison, Grant Morrison, when they renewed the X-Men, that's when I jumped back into collecting. I saw it on a spinner rack at a Tops grocery store in the town where I went to school. And I had just I had just graduated my undergrad. And I was like, okay, I'll pick this up. It looks cool. And that artwork blew me away. The story blew me away. So this is 115. The Frank Quitely cover, Negasonic Teenage Warhead from the Deadpool movies. For $3, X-Force 11. I'm actually thinking this is a really nice copy. I'm thinking of getting this signed by Liefeld. I'm supposed to go to a con in the area in June, and see maybe I can get this signed and slabbed. He does CBCS now because he had such a big ordeal with CGC, apparently. Probably all money related. But I love this cover, and it's technically the first appearance of the real Domino. Just sitting on the top of the long boxes was this book. And I thought I owned this, but I can't find it anywhere in storage. So this is the first appearance of Gabby, aka Honey Badger. This is All New Wolverine #2. So really nice conditioned book. Found a couple Art Germ covers. So I never knew that this is Batgirl 12. This is, if I'm recalling correctly, this is not the same series as the Batgirl 12, the high demand Art Germ cover, but I do have this one. So Batgirl 12, picked this up. This is just a cool cover. So got that one, and then I picked up Batgirl 13. Different logo, so this is New 52, this is a different one. I don't know if this was before or after. I don't see the years on here, but this is the one after the famed Art Germ cover. Couldn't believe I found this. I've been looking for this next book forever. Batman Beyond's first appearance. This is an Art Germ cover as well. Superman Batman Annual #4. Yep. Pretty great condition. There is a spine crease right here, but everything else is excellent. I bought this for cover, and cover price was $5. Couldn't believe it. I just pulled it out. I was like, let me Instagram this first because I just can't believe it. I bought the second print not too long ago at a used bookstore, so excited to have this now. And then Uncanny X-Force #7, the first appearance of Kid Apocalypse. This is Cologne. So this is a weird history, but the original Kid Apocalypse gets killed in like issue 4, I believe. And then in this issue, Phantom X has cloned him. And he's the one that is roaming around the X-Men and X-Force series is now. I'm pluralizing everything. So that was that haul. I also went and I scoped out a place where I found a bunch of unbagged items for the most part, and everything was $1. And these first ones I was hoping were there, and they were all grouped in one bag. So I found, there we go. I found 1, 2, and 3. 3 copies. Pretty good condition on all of these. Beta Ray Bill's first appearance. I might save these and get these signed by Walt Simonson at Baltimore Comic Con. He's usually there and usually very generous with his time. And I also picked up, just for giggles, the Mighty Thor 364, where he turns into a frog. Love this cover. It's a Mike Zeck cover, Captain America 286, Deathlock. Just a classic cover. Picked up Long Shot #1, pretty decent condition. Cameo appearance of Apocalypse in X Factor 5. This is one of my all-time favorite books, X-Men 205. Barry Windsor-Smith's artwork in this is killer. I think this is the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike as Lady Deathstrike. His art, look at that. I don't know if you all are fans of his or know about him. He did the Conan books up to issue 24 or 25 back in the 70s, but his stuff is killer. Later on, he did Ruin from Malibu Comics, which I liked mostly for the art. But I believe maybe he's retired. I think he is still with us. But speaking of Barry Windsor-Smith, he did this cover. The team up, Spider-Man Team Up 150. This is the last issue. He didn't do the interiors, no. But 1985 book, Spider-Man X-Men. I don't know if I've ever seen this. Heroes for Hope, X-Men one-shot. This was famine relief in Africa. Cool Art Adams cover. There's some browning, yellowing on the cover, but it's got a cool back cover too. Sort of like what they do with classic X-Men. And so all those were $1. Also for $1, The Man Thing, #1. Cool first issue. I couldn't believe I found these for $1. New Mutants 14, the first Magic. New Mutants 1. New Mutants 2. And then Alpha Flight 33. This is the first Yuriko, who turns into Lady Deathstrike. And this might be her first full, or her second at least, Alpha Flight 34. I just picked this up as a cool cover. I don't think this is a first anything, but New Mutants 15. First Warpath, New Mutants 16. This is Demon Bear and First Warlock, if I'm correct. New Mutants 18. Yep. And then I love this issue. Phoenix the Untold Story, #1. Cool wraparound cover. So it's basically the real story, and I think they redeem her. They keep her alive in the script. They do. Sorry, spoiler alert. But if you don't know by now, this is from the 70s, 80s. But this is the original script, and then they said in the editorial room that she'd done so much to destroy civilizations that she couldn't redeem herself. Also picked up Teen Titans Uncanny X-Men crossover. Cool Darkseid on the back. Walt Simonson cover. And the Mighty Thor 344. Yep. This is the first Malekith, who's in the Battle of the Realms storyline right now. So those were awesome pickups. And then today, last but not least, just a mild haul. Had off from work, went around to some shops, dropped off some books at a used bookstore that I didn't want anymore, and got some credit. And I found some books that I spent for these less than $20. So first off, I always need something to kick me off and be like, this is worth it. Because used bookstores are hit or miss for me. I'm trying not to inundate my collection with stuff I don't need, because I run out of space, and that's why I'm selling a lot and trying to finance some Grail books. So I need something to really whet my appetite, to keep me encouraged to move on, that there's something worth finding in those bins. I'm sure a lot of you are like that. And so this one was it. This is Adventures of Superman, issue 497. This is the second print. And so I pick these up, not just this issue, but the Death of Superman run, the storyline. I pick these up whenever I can find them. The second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm really looking for the fifth appearance of the first full Doomsday, Man of Steel 18, I think it is. So if anyone has that, let me know. I think I have the third and fourth, maybe the second, but I definitely have the first. But the fifth one is hard to find. At least it's hard for me to find. But the logo is off color, and it has a Roman numeral for the printing up at the top. So this one's hard to find. Don't see it every day, so I picked this up for $1. For 50 cents, I got an Sex Criminals 11 variant cover. I pick up the variant or the second or third printings whenever I can find them. There's some really hard ones to find that I have yet to find myself, so found this for 50 cents. And just for fun, I picked up some Avengers books that looked interesting. So Avengers 260, this is an early Nebula appearance. I'm a big Thanos fan, so the daughter of Thanos is good for me. 264, first Yellow Jacket. Both of these were $2 each, $1.95. Picked up also for the same price, Web of Spider-Man 29, really nice condition book. Wolverine black costume. I think, what is that? Is that an early Venom, or is it just a significant book? I can't remember. I might be watching too much of the Comicaholics channel, but I picked. Well, that was weird. My video timed out for some reason. So just going to finish up this haul. I picked up 2 copies of this Avengers West Coast 45, the White Vision. And I don't usually collect Avengers, but I just noticed that these 2 covers have different colors to them. And it could be a fading effect. Maybe it was stored out, or it could just have been a color variant of some sort. I just thought the cover was cool. I've never owned this issue. People are trying to make White Vision happen, it seems. So here we go. I have 2 copies in 2 different colors, which I think is pretty sweet. And they look in really great condition. I've always been interested in this book, but I've never seen it for cheap. The first Great Lakes Avengers, John Byrne art. This is West Coast Avengers 46. So Flat Man and a bunch of other people that I don't know. Just an issue of note that I picked up for on the cheap. I've also seen this twice, and this is the first time I picked it up. The newsstand of Shadowhawk #1. It's got the not foil, and it's got the mask comes down to here, which it doesn't in the normal, the regular edition. So for $1, I figured, why not? And it's really decent condition. And since I've seen it twice, I was like, well, okay, I should pick it up. I've been picking up Image ones if they are newsstand. And then this book I'm taking a little spec risk on. It was only $1, so it's not much of an investment. Injection #1. And there's some buzz that Warren Ellis is shopping this around, or has succeeded in trying to make this a TV show. I remember reading this with my book group a while back, and I don't remember much of it. It didn't really draw me in, but it could be a spec. It could be something to look out for if you can find it on the cheap. On eBay, it looks like they're going for above $10. So I'm going to hold on to it and see what happens. So that's my haul. I blended some CGC with some regular stuff. Let me show these babies again. I need to get these in some Mylar. Just really, these and the hauls, and just, it's amazing stuff. That's a good way to top off a year of YouTube. So thanks again, everyone. I do appreciate all of your support, all your encouragement, all of the back and forth discussions about things. I wish I was more active in some ways in the live videos that people put on. It's just hard with schedules and so forth, and trying to fix that. But I appreciate everyone for bearing with me and for signing on to explore the journey with me. So 1 year down, we'll see what happens in this coming year. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye-bye.